Hey traders, Nick here. It is 12/27, the last week, trading week of the year, and let's see if I can cover a few of these top tickers on trending tickers on StockTwits. So long day, we had a session that was a breakout live session where I shared my screen. We had some fun with it. So I'm trying to unwind the day by doing a fun little video. I'm not going to comment on all of them because some I know I cannot provide any input, like the first one. BBIO, tough deal. It looks like something came out and it's just shattered as far as price. And then if you can look at the volume, that's with conviction. So definitely do your homework there. Charts are not going to help. You're going to need to know what's going on with the company. So we can do NAKD, and I have a bone to pick with NAKD. So here's the thing. So I'm looking at this. I don't trade this, and I'm looking at it, and it's like, okay, $5.50, and then I see this up here, $50. Like, whoa, okay. So let's zoom out a little bit, and then I see this happen. It's like, okay, so now we're talking. So let me go on a weekly basis to get some clarity, and then I see a high of 17,000. So I immediately go, oh, okay, this is like a dry ships scenario, reverse split until in dry ships. I think the high was 260 million or so. Wait, I did keep a picture. Hold on, I'll show you. Here is the dry ships. So they kept reverse splitting 210 million. I think if I'm counting the zeros right, the all-time high. Reverse split, reverse split. How is this legal? Why would they let them do that? Just to confuse and lock in people. Anyway, I don't know the story here, so let's just go in and talk charts. Let's talk facts, not opinion. Forget what I just said. I'm not here to tell you to sell the stock. I'm not here to say anything. This is not advice. I'm just telling you my interpretation of the stock. You give me a stock that looks like this, I don't care who it is. There's some numbers that pop off the screen. First of all, 6.9, and if you want to note them, 7.8-ish. That's a range that is, it's going to matter on the way up if they ever get back up there. So that range is going to matter. There's going to be resistance there. So if I get a pop and I'm long already, me personally, I would say, thank you. I made a mistake. Let me out. I don't care what it does after that. It could go to $1 million. I'm glad I got my money back. I don't care. So if I'm long already, I don't add here. Why? Unless, first of all, I don't know any professional trader that has been successful for decades that actually averages down, because all they're doing is making their problem bigger. The only exception is if I actually learn something material different that is going to change the narrative than when I took the first batch. Then I average down. Otherwise, I'm averaging in. So how is that different? If I buy usually 1,000 shares of whatever, and I only buy 500 to start, leaving room to add the other 500 later on the dip, that's not averaging down. That's averaging in. Different. Averaging down is taking my whole lot of 1,000 and then deciding, oh crap, I was too early. Let me double my problem. No, that's averaging down. That is not a good idea in my book. Anyway, I'll tell you a few facts about this chart, not opinions. Here, there's going to be a lot of sellers because that's what they told us before. This is actual volume bar right there. Look at the volume bar up here. So if you ever get back to here, that's going to be a wall. Based on this, since October until now, that's the actual volume. So if I zoom back out, the volume bar might change a little bit, but not materially so. All right, so pops into 650 are going to find a lot of sellers. You say, but the gap is there. I was like, the gap is there for a reason. It's once they get into the gap, it's easier to fill, but it's not a reason to reverse course. So having a gap doesn't mean the stock is going to reverse, but it means that if it reverses and if it starts going up, the gap could act as a magnet. It doesn't cause the reverse, but it may accelerate the rally once the reverse happens. What's the first step of finding a bottom, of bouncing, is to actually establish a bottom. That hasn't happened. They tried here and then made a new low. They tried here and then made a new low. Here they haven't even tried. So what you need to see is like an effort like this and then an ascending trend that you can bank on. So then the ascending trend, higher lows, will combat the lower highs. Lower highs is okay. Higher lows and lower highs can happen at the same time. That's how you tighten into a pinch and then you decide. All right, so that's the deal with NAKD. Be careful. So I noticed that there was Amazon on there. Breath of fresh air. So Amazon, the way we traded it, I shared an iron condor. So if you know, options is basically, hey, it's stuck for a while. Why don't we just make money off of that? So we sold put spreads, we sold call spreads, and they both died for maximum gains. So we basically became micro market makers. We sold a lottery ticket for a buyer, and they lost. We sold a lottery ticket for a seller, and they lost. So that's continuing on. That's what I would do until it stops working. This is the go-to line. I just added this. So if it goes above here, the note to myself is, hey, Amazon is making progress against snapping out of this ascending trend. Great company. It has support here. It better not lose it, because if it loses 3303-ish, short term, short term disappointment, because that could invite some sellers that could bring it down to 3240. Yeah, those are the immediate lines. Until then, it's just trade the range. Skills is part of the first, the tickers that you guys like on StockTwits. So this is a company that I have traded before on the bullish side. I have not shorted it. I do understand it's, I understand the story behind it and why people like it. What I don't like is this price action. This is garbage. So the price action, not the stock. I told you I was long it until I stopped trading it, right? Okay, so here's the thing that it almost reminds me of Hyliion. Price action wise, it was solid floor, and then solid floor, and then puked it. And now this floor becomes a roof. And they haven't come close to coming back to it. Moreover, what am I, Ben Bernanke? So they, in addition, now they have another line similar to it, lower. So now they have a roof here, and they just built the roof around 10, this one. So what do I expect? When they come back to here, they're going to have a lot of sellers stuck. Look left. Look how nice and neat this is with that. So pay attention to that level next time it gets there. And I'll put an alert here to help my friends in the chat room. Expect a fight. See, not negative, just expect a fight. What does that mean? If I took longs from here, that's where I trim. Because what do I want? They're going to fail, come back and break out through it, and then have an inverse head and shoulders that could take it to 13 and 14. That, oh my lord, book profits on a run. All right, so there's a big problem from September. So these are lines to put ahead of time. This cluster is also a problem. I'm saying that this zone is going to be very, very difficult to cut through. Look at the volume in this zone. This orange line is not my line. That's fact. That's the highest volume zone. From here to here, nothing is even close. Look at the volume bars compared to all the other volume bars. So pay attention to, look left on the chart. That's what I say. All right, let's go check another one. Lemonade. Every time I say it, I'm going to say Lemonade. Same story as Skills. Good business. They say, they're AI insurance and they can get into different venues. I believe them, and I've traded it on the long side, and I have not yet, in a while, I should say, because it can't place a bottom. So don't know what's going on with it. Is that the one with Buffett? Buffett is in it. So that should tell you that, hey, they have at least a good management team. They can't snow the master, right? So this is a heavy volume area. This could be a bottom because they have, even though it's not perfect, okay, they bounced, they made a slightly lower low, and then they bounced, and now they're holding. It is so crucial not to lose this, because if you do, forget about it. It's going to 36, maybe even 34. The problem is now 46 to 47. And then again, after that, 49.8. And then after that is 51. So job one, if you're long this, monitor what happens here. You don't want to lose this. You lose this, then you're, God dang it, kind of a statement. Because you lose this, you're going to 36. I can almost guarantee you that. In fact, let me put a line there if it's not there already. There it is. It's already there. So this line I put here before they drop to here. So now I can move it over and clean it up. There. This I did on the video. All right. So I just told you that if you lose this, I'll add an alert. Dag nabbit. Lost another leg. So it's not my opinion. That's what machines do. All right, so be careful with that one. And I think I saw a crypto name on there, so I'll speak to my favorite crypto right now, Solana. So I went long SOL-usd. So this is a competitor to Ethereum, right? So the king of transactions now, as far as the network, is Ethereum. ADA is its coin. Solana's coin is SOL. So the history with SOL and us, this just doesn't look good on a harmonics basis, right? So is at 144, I went long the first time, and then I exited like 193. It was like a 30% win or so. I don't know the exact dollars. I can't remember. And then it went to like 260. Clearly, I didn't time it right, but I had a win on my hand. So I set an alert when it was at 240, 230. I said, wake me up when it's back to 170 something. And it did recently. And then by the time I grabbed onto my phone and I bought it, it was like 165. And now it's back to 200. So this time, so I'm not tempted. Yesterday I went in, or 2 days ago, I went in and staked them. So what does that mean? I locked them in for 3 months and I'm going to collect 3% of my coins. This would stop me from being tempted to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to let it run. I believe in the Solana process is like whatever, 3,000 times faster than Ethereum. So I think that deserves a little kudos. And maybe in the longer run, it turns into a big coin. Ethereum needs to not be the dominant. If you've ever done transactions on crypto, it's expensive because of Ethereum. I want to stake in a wallet, and I can't unless you have a giant amount of money to stake, because the Ethereum cost is way too big, and it would eat 20% worth of dividends, quote, staking interest. So doesn't make sense. Ethereum needs a replacement of sorts, or to become more competitive. Okay, what else is on that list? Let's go check. I can't remember. Oh, MVST. So MVST. So I looked at that guy, and again, there's no floor. So you zoom out to see what the heck happened. So this is as low as it's ever been. So whatever it does, you have to admit to the fact that the sellers are in control. So one thing I don't do when this happens, and I've been stuck in stock like these before. First of all, I don't add. Like I said, I don't know anything new. Why would I add to my problem? I don't add. And this one, I don't believe has revenues to defend you. Next generation commercial electric vehicle. Oh my gosh, an EV. Okay. So I'm pretty sure they have a slick car with slick batteries. Nobody does it better. Nevertheless, Wall Street doesn't like it right now. Don't argue with the price action. Whether idiots or not, those people who don't like it, the market is not buying it. Don't fight the tape. Pops into 7, I would take the gift if that gets me whole and get out. 750, same story. 8.3, that is the busiest volume area. Not my point, not my opinion. That's a fact. Look at the volume bar right there. That's huge compared to all the other ones. So everything above you is high volume. Any bounce from here is going to be met with heavy selling. Once they lost this leg, the machines are in the process of selling it. What they do is they sell pops. They sell pops. So this is not a trend line, a behavior. Pops, sell it, sell it, sell it, and then they trap people. So one thing I would definitely not do is average down in this guy. If I want to bet for the long term, I should choose an amount of money that I want to risk and just stick to it. That's what I would do in a not proven stock. So BBIO, we may have spoken about it. I'm not touching it. VUZI, I've done that before. Okay, VUZI I haven't looked at in a while. I do have lines. That's cool. Maybe I don't have to speak. Just show you the pictures. Okay, so this was important to hold, and they did. That's a wonky candle. So now you have a new line. So I can move this guy here. Thanks for the hint there, peoples. Right there. So this is actually, I'll change the label if you want something happy. Breakout. So this is the resistance and the opportunity. All right, so there's going to be resistance zones above to be aware of should this ever happen, when this happens, and it's going to be here. And Bob Ross mode, a little bit over here. Okay, now this is risky stuff, right? Listen to this warning, because if you lose this, there's no telling where it goes. Clearly, you can't fulfill the head, whatever that is, but it's just bad news. You don't want to make a new low, regardless of how good the stock is. And it does have a P&L, so that's encouraging. That doesn't mean Wall Street's going to love it. Okay, so logic is one thing, and Facts are something else. Good luck out there.